Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Hello Dave with Down to Earth Astronomy. It's Monday, so let's take a look at what has been going on in Elite. Quickly before we start, I should say that I'm recording this a little earlier than normal, which I'll come back to later. This is recorded on Friday, where I normally record on Sunday, so I hope not too much is going to happen over the weekend. And we're going to start with a very welcome news coming out from Frontier, that they posted on Thursday that they're going to make a return for the developer diaries. Way back in the early days of Elite, the developers would from time to time release a developer diary, which was a behind the scenes sneak peek of what's going on in terms of upcoming content. They also did it in the early stages before the game was released to kind of show progress, how far the game has come. As an example, I think one of the first developer diaries was showing how multiplayer would work in Elite. And at the time, there was no HUDs, there were no reticles, no sounds, and the engine trails was just placeholder they put in there. So it was a very rough state, but it just shows how early stage of the development this was. So this is going to return. It's going to return in August, where they're going to begin to do developer diaries on the development of the Odyssey update. I'm really happy to see this return. I think it's wonderful that we're beginning to get some very early stage news. This will also allow Frontier to get some early feedback on what it is they're working for. Now, we probably shouldn't be expecting that what we're going to see in the developer diaries is going to be anywhere near what the final product is. This is probably going to be, it could be untextured models or something along those lines, or maybe like some concept art or something like that. I don't know what level of detail, since it is so long ago since they've done it. They could have altered the format a little bit, so I'm not 100% sure what to expect. But regardless, I think it's wonderful to see that return. And again, it's coming in August. They haven't set a specific date for when in August, but sometimes in August. So that's when we're going to begin to see some of the new information coming out regarding the Odyssey update that is scheduled to release at the beginning of next year. In other news, on Wednesday, Frontier also added a patch to the game, mainly to fix the fighter exploit to reset asteroids. But with that, they also did an attempt at rebalancing overlapping hotspots. From the way I understood the patch note, the intent was to buff non-overlaps so that they would be more effective, but nerf overlaps so that they would be still better than non-overlaps, but you wouldn't have this huge disparity where having a triple overlap is just like the best thing in the world and having a non-overlap is just pretty much useless. So they were kind of trying to, instead of having this extreme difference between the two, they were trying to bring them closer to each other, so you would still get a benefit from a triple overlap or double overlap, but not as much. However, this implementation seemed to have had an unforeseen consequence, being the fact that low temperature diamonds is, at the time of this recording at least, impossible to find. I spent some time yesterday running in the best overlap that we know of, at least that's publicly known, and I just couldn't find anything at all. I could find low temperature diamonds, that was the issue, but I was looking more specifically for the subsurface deposits to see if those were still available, and it was just impossible to find. So at the moment it seems to be quite broken. However, I wouldn't be surprised if we're going to see a partial rollback of this part of the change in the not too distant future. I don't have any kind of confirmation from Frontier whether this is something they're actively doing something about, or if it's just something they're looking into, or what's going on. But with the amount of negativity that has spiked in the community, I would expect that we're going to see a partial rollback. And when I say rollback, it's not like, I don't believe that the way it is now is the way that they had intended it to be. There seems to be a huge difference between what I understood from the patch note and what was actually implemented in the game. So I think that just something happened, meaning it's not behaving the way they intended. And that's why I'm pretty sure we're going to see a fix to this coming in the not too distant future. And then I quickly need to talk about live streams, or the lack of live streams in the near future. I'm heading on summer vacation, and that's why I'm recording this on Friday, because tomorrow we're driving out to the other end of the country to visit some family over there. Again, with everything going on in the world, you can't really go anywhere, and well, we also have an upcoming wedding since the past one got cancelled anyway, so we had to or postponed because of everything. So we're gonna give that a go again to September. But anyway, that means that since I won't be home next week, of course there won't be any live streams. The week after that is also, I'm not sure how much I'm going to be online, but I'm going to be posting videos and doing live streams to the extent that that I can. Again, prioritizing family first, and then YouTube and games afterwards. But I do have videos up pre-uploaded, and I am going to release them if they make sense to release. One of them is a ship build focused around mining, and if there's no fix to the way mining is at the moment, there's no point in releasing that video now. I would rather hold that back and wait. So videos is gonna be what I have, and there will be some videos, but it won't be any live streams. But that's gonna be it for this week. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, give a like, subscribe. Until next time, I will see you guys in space.